See me rolling at 1.8, got me feeling pretty darn great. Gotta trying to catch me with those greenbacks. Trying to catch me with those greenbacks. Trying to catch me with those greenbacks. 1.8? What? Oh, pretty nice on this. Just another Expiration Friday. Whoa, whoa. Checking on my trade, yeah. Hoping to find a pile of money. It's already December. Feels like December too. Been pretty cold here in the farm fields of Valparaiso, Indiana. 11:55 a.m. on the Swatch Watch. 20 and the 23 on December 1st on the Mayan calendar. We did it. We broke that 1.8. Let's just keep it rolling. We're feeling really good with our portfolio. Checking on oil. Oil is doing pretty good for us today, isn't it? It isn't doing what we exactly thought it would, but it's still on the bright side for us. So let's go through. I only have a handful of trades expiring today. CVX 146 calls currently. Guess what? We're excited. They're under pressure. CVX trading around 146.20 and the one. Let's check it out. 146.23. So currently underwater. I got to make a decision. Do we let them go and stick to the plan, Bart? Do we stick to the plan or do we rub our hands together and go? So the plan would be the money tree trade. This would complete the money tree trade on Chevron if we allowed these shares to be called away today. If indeed it does finish above 146, I'll run some numbers, do some math. But you know, it's the same when your position's going down, it changes your psychology, right? When your position still a little under the weather, aren't you? Just a little. Can't breathe through my nose, so I apologize. Wait, yeah, I just got distracted by my Big Mac over here. So when your positions are green, then it's hard to make closing decisions, right? Because you're like, let it ride, just let it go. But if I'm a cash flow trader, which I'm trying to be, which is, can I make cash flow in any market? I have no idea, but that's what I'm trying. And this would complete the money tree trade, which would give us put premium, call premium, dividend, and share appreciation. So if we click into CVX, you see that our position is 142.97. And actually, we had 800 shares. You see 500 there. Today, I sold 300 shares off already. How dare you? Let's go check it out. So we've done, that's not it. Don't look at that. That's for later. Seriously, you didn't look, did you? So there's our CVX. We did sell 300 shares at 146.24. What's it at right now? Oh, just dropped 146.09. Who knows? It could close at 147 today. Could close at 145. We don't know at the very moment because oil is just kind of meandering sideways, but it's in the green, which is what we want to know. So I did buy those are 300 shares that I just bought when I thought it was low. We set them aside and then we just let them go just for locking in some profit, because according to my math, you can't go broke locking in profit. So we did that. We paid $141.25 per share, so just under $500 profit per position, or I should say just under $5 per share profit, so around $1,500 in just straight taxable profit on that move. We did roll UPS to 1222, collected $702. That's the only thing we've done today so far, because we don't have a bunch of positions on the board, but we do have some thinking to do, because right now it's heading towards not being called away, which would then put me in a position of, when do I want to roll that? Because obviously we would want to roll and collect some more dollar bills, put it out another week. Because if we rolled it right now at the 146, let's go down to that position. If we rolled it right now at the 146 and just went out 1 week, what would we collect? What would we collect? Wouldn't it be nice? We'd collect around $705. So that's nothing wrong with that. we would take that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. But if it's called away, then I lock in that money tree trade. We can finish the spreadsheet, which I like to do, and then move on to the next money tree, which would still be, we got a few going on. We have ExxonMobil still on the board. That one is not going to be assigned today. So we'll be looking to roll that at the very end of the day, or depending on our thesis, because right now I'm still up in the air. My short term, long term, that's not a thing. Kind of is. So like say next week, oil could go down. In fact, it might be leaning towards that just a little because it's been meandering. Let's take a look at the US and the O just to see what's up. So this is a 5-day. Let's go to 1 month, and this is 60 minutes. That's plenty. And we've been tracking since here, right? Like essentially where I put in I already had made some moves because I wanted to lock in the money tree trade, which meant I had to trade into ExxonMobil and Chevron kind of before I wanted to, but the big picture is that they were going to make money. So we did that. Since that time, around $67, we did get all the way up to that 73. And then the thought was, okay, we need to take out 73 to lock in this local low of the 67. So we got to 73, bounced back down, back up, back down, got all the way up to 74. I'm like, hello, hooray, let the show begin. I've been ready. Little Alice Cooper for you there. But then it went, hello. It played Chutes and Ladder all the way down to it was like 70, 35. I was like, that is not cooperating. But now it's just been going sideways, right? Which could tell us that we're on it basically does tell us we're on a diagonal. We're not on an impulse right now. And we're looking for a corrective in one way or the other, or continue an impulse, which would be we take out that 74 again. And again, I think it got to 74. This is saying it kind of got to 73, 80, 86. I think it got to 74. So now we would need to take it out again to then mark this through this, right? So it would come up from where it's at now of 71.15, head back up north to 74, and then we would connect these dots straight down to this low, which is another number that we are looking at, is don't go below that 69, and it didn't. So it cooperated until yesterday. Obviously, OPEC had a little bit to do with that, but it's still, my position is that in the short, long term, which could be 1 to 2 months, that oil is still going to rise. But short term, write all this down and then throw it in the garbage, is it could easily go down a little bit at the beginning of next week, which could provide, I know this is risque, but it could provide a new entry on Chevron. If indeed we let it go, we sold off the 300 shares at 146.24 already today. If we allow the remaining 500 shares to be called away at 146 today, if indeed that happens, then we could be looking to enter Chevron again next week for lower than those numbers. So again, what we're looking to do, we got to protect that downside, right? We can't see it first break the 69. If it does, then we got to watch for what it does next, because it could easily break right through that local low of 67. If that's the case, then it's just extending 5 down. So instead of this being 5 down, it would then just go right over here, and all this would have been corrective diagonals. I know it sounds insane. In fact, I'm doing all kinds of studying on it. I was looking at this he has a good YouTube channel, Alessio Rastani. Yeah. But he had on Robert Prechter. Now, be careful with Robert Prechter. One super, super expert. So study him, look at him. I've begun an in-depth studying of Robert Prechter. However, he seems to be pretty consistently bearish, which that's fine. I like to be on the side of caution a bit, but as far as his expertise, it's amazing. I was looking up books. I've got a couple things going on. I saw the basics of Elliott Wave Principle, but then I found it online in PDF form for free. So it was over at investmenttheory.org, and then look around on there for Elliott Wave Principle or just maybe copy and paste that. I don't think you could do that from your screen. See how excited I get? And this is super complex and complicated stuff. And I've told you before, do not follow any of these trades yet because I am just learning this, but I've promised you I will learn it. And you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall, and I will become an expert in it, but it may take me 5 years. So in the meantime, I better do some studying. So I got that PDF going for me. I do have some of his books. One is I'm gonna get these R.N. Elliott's market letters from 1938 to 1946. I love letters and newsletters and all that kind of old stuff, or even new stuff. And R.N. Elliott was the accountant who came up with the Elliott wave theory, how it applies to not only social circumstances, social mood, if you will, but how that directly applies then to finance and the economies. So I'll be getting this. I like to get these old kind of out-of-date books at abebooks.com because you can get good deals. And so I'm going to get that. I'm going to get a couple of Robert's books, and then I'll be studying that, sharing all that with you. But I'm trying to learn something. I went to bed listening to one of his podcasts last night. Just super interesting stuff, but could also be very scary when you listen to Robert directly. So just take the Elliott wave theory from him. Don't necessarily listen to what his next prediction is. I'm telling you, don't. Where were you? Oh, you know what else I did? It was just funny. Oh, that's not it. Never mind. It already logged out. For some reason, I got an email from mint.com because we're moving over to Credit Karma or whatever. Check your free credit score. And I used to check it back in the day, but I don't have any debt, so I don't use any credit. But I checked it anyways, and it was at like 826. I was like, that's pretty good. Being in the real estate business, I know what credit scores mean or don't mean. So I got that going for me. Where else? Where were we? I don't even know. We were at USO. We looked at that. Let's look at S&P. So we talked about S&P yesterday. In fact, it was part of the title of my video. And I said, have we reached a local top? Well, guess what? The answer is no. So we said, and I know this is going to sound like voodoo, and you can go back to the video and listen. I said, if today we go lower than 45.35, then we will likely have put in a local top, okay, which would have been here. But we went all the way down to like 45.38. Is that insane? That's insane. That's what has me so excited about the Elliott wave theory. It could be just luck, but so far so good. So then the idea would be if we take out the recent high, then we're definitely pushing through 4,600. And look, we're already at 45.98 today. 45.98. So we will for sure bump our head on 4,600, which is coming up. We could be watching it live. But then if you see it push through the 4,600 and then the 4,605, hello. This is not a joke. We could be then going to 4,800. 4,800. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? But look, it is for sure going to bounce. It's going to find resistance at 4,600, like without question, unless something wacky happens. And in the meantime, I'm watching oil go red. Not red. It's still green for the day, but candles down red. And now, oh, look, it's Chevron. Come on. Feel better about selling those 300 shares, but Chevron currently at 145.52. So at the moment, those 146s obviously not being called away. I hope I'm not early. I was hoping that if there was going to be any red in oil next week, it would start Monday and not today. I'd love to keep all of that green today. Another position we need to look at, though, is Valero. Valero. Hey, get back up over that 1.8. I liked you better. So Chevron, you know what we're doing there. UCO, I can't close them out at a penny per, otherwise I would. It has to be a minimum of 5 cents. Come on, Robin Hood, get it together. But currently trading at 29.10. I don't think I'm in any stranger danger, unless something unforeseen happens. Otherwise, those will close out at full profit into the sunset. Valero, we've been trading this thing for a long, long time, haven't we? Been trading Valero a long time, and I want to show you how some of that has played out, because it's been a battle. It has not been easy, but currently we're underwater at 127.27, underwater meaning upside down, because we got 126 calls. That's in the profit for me. It's in the profit, but not by much, by like 94 cents per share. But that's still 94 cents per share in profit. Here is this Valero? Here is Valero, okay? It started all the way back on February 21st. I bought 100 shares at 132.46. So you can see the situation here. And then watch these strike prices on the calls. 135, 132, 134, 134, 135, 129, 112, 114, 110. Hello. 122. Hey, heading back up. 119. Oh no. 113, 116, 118, 121, 122, 126. Hey, we're getting back up there. 131, 132. Do I hear 133? Nope. 132. Then I went to 140. Hello. And then back down all the way to 126, because I had to roll this all the way out until the end of January. And I'm like, let me make some sort of strategic move. I picked 126. I was almost perfectly accurate. I didn't want to give these shares up at 126, but I thought I'd be able to keep them there. Right now, as of today, they are under pressure. However, so here's my investment: 112,563, 900 shares at 125.07. Okay, so it's actually 93 cents per share. So we would make 93 cents per share times 900 shares. So that's $837, right? Plus 19,143 plus 19,143, we equal $19,980 divided by 112,563, right? And then we divide it again. So that's 17.7% right there, but it's not a full year. So I ran it, this number 313, through the 31st. Today's the 30th, so minus 30 days is 313 minus 30, 283 days. So then if we divide by 283 and then multiply by 365, we end up around 23% annualized on Valero. And the only reason that I would do this and not just roll it out now is if I do indeed believe we've got a couple of red days ahead of us for another move in, another opportunity in, before the big fifth wave rally on the URL. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Yeah, sure, Bart, whatever you say. So right now it's at 127.22. It was as high as 128 today. It had that going for it. WYNN, is it up today? Please be up. Just give me something. Yeah, it's up almost 1%, so we'll likely have to roll it, but down, and then we'll just protect it. But back to here, because I wanted to mention something. One of my friends that doesn't know me, one of my good friends that doesn't know me likes to say, and I believe in it 100%, it's TJ the Wheel Deal. If you don't watch his YouTube channel, which is way better than mine, you need to do so. But he talks about this all the time, and I feel exactly the same way, which is, this trade, this position went way against me. We were down to 110 calls, right? So which, you saw what I paid, an average of 125.09, was it? Bloop, 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 bloop. So I was big time underwater, but I just kept working it. I mean, look how low some of these premiums were. And then we, as TJ says, we manufactured the win. I mean, if you could come out of what was once immediately a losing position and end up nearly 23%, that's manufacturing the win. So there's shout out to my friend who doesn't know me, TJ the Wheel Deal. So WYNN, we'll keep an eye on. It's at 1 cent, so we could roll it now if you want. We can roll it now. We still want to have a little cushion to protect ourselves. Can we get a little action on 90? Not much, but enough to just wet our beak. I never did like that saying. Why would you repeat it? But why? Because, well, it's $44.82 more than we had. We'll put it on the board. It shows low likelihood to fill, but if WYNN keeps it up a little bit more today, then that will fill. We'll put it on the board now just for fun. It's only 7 days out, so it's still not a bad little return on the cash, and then we can easily protect it because WYNN, unless something crazy goes on next week, WYNN is not going to move much, but hopefully it will continue moving towards us. And then ExxonMobil right now at 97% profit, and all oil is doing a Van Halen and diver down on me. In fact, USO recently went from 71.32 down to 70.17. Just cooperate with me, at least through today. It's not currently doing so. But again, it's still early. It's only noon. ExxonMobil 103.33. I think I've got way more into ExxonMobil than that. Let me see. Yeah, 103.99. So we want to complete the money tree trades soon on ExxonMobil and Chevron. I thought I was knocking on the door today. Chevron may not be done. It could still burst through 146. It's currently at 145.40, but we'll keep an eye on that. That's what's up. That's what's up currently. I probably won't be checking back today. I'm in the middle of a campaign on Call of Duty. Priorities. I have literally like 3 football games to watch. I'm behind on the Sunday night game, the Monday night game, and last night's game. The good news for the way that I live my lifestyle, I have no idea what happened in those games. So I got that going for me. Then I'll probably tune in a little bit to the talking heads. Maybe not, but watch for S&P, watch for SPX. And again, XPS is what I watch. So that's closer right now to the 46. And those are the numbers I'm specifically talking about. Because right now, what's S&P at? 45.90. So see, S&P is a little below the SPX, and I'm talking SPX numbers when I talk about these numbers, but they are still mimicking each other. But I'm looking at 4,600 as being a hard ceiling. How hard, we'll find out. If it busts its head up like, hey, what's going on over here above 4,600, then should be in a good place from now to the end of the year to possibly run even more than we already have. But again, we keep an eye on it because the market likes to give us head fakes and like, which way am I going? Oh boy, USO under 70 now. Hello. Okay, that's what we have. Thanks for tuning in. This long, rambling, wild-minded, chasing squirrel video. Please subscribe. Click the like button. Leave a lovable comment. Have a beautiful weekend. Share with one of your best friends and say, you need to at least consider trading stock options from the selling side. If you just want to, even conservatively, want to make a few extra dollar bills up in here. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.